everybody. Welcome back to part two of our 2-year anniversary session. Session 94. Uh, the Menagerie have hopefully recovered Rock as he seemed to be back to himself after some divine dabblings with magic and a whole sequence of events that occurred on side of his mind that the Menagerie is unaware of. But everyone did witness the red mist getting expelled from his body as it flew away quickly, uh, making their way down the earth moats. Will essentially be picking up with the menagerie, doing whatever the menagerie wishes to do as Rock is floating in one of the fissures that have been caused by the ritual here, but it's filled up with the water of the river Sly, and he's just soaking. So, I will keep in mind that Al, at this point, your 1 minute of natural 20s, they're gone.
Damn it.
Um, I unless if there was something like if you will say you used it to get down the moat, it's really freaking awesome. There we go. You didn't
Do a
waste it.
kickflip.
Yeah. Do a kickflip. Um, Dregnar, you have your brother's claw. Um, Dregnar, the excess like bestial features that kind of spurred on are starting to fade right now as well, as your brother is leaving this plane of existence. Mm, I think that's really the only noticeable one right now. Yeah, that's the only noticeable one right now. So, what would you guys like to do?
Like I said before, I'm just going down to get near Rock, just like hanging out on the riverbank.
As time kind of passes a little bit, Al starting to kind of pieces, little like bits of memories of things that you've done with each individual kind of start cropping up into your mind. You have the most clear memories with this gray-skinned half-orc as you guys are like traveling across the countryside in a caravan with multiple odd individuals kind of flash their faces kind of flashing back into your mind. But not everything's there just yet. Typing.
Okay, I was probably gonna say a little recluse, trying to kind of gather these memories, kind of look at people from afar and try and piece things together. He'll probably still be within 10 feet of Karos.
Yeah.
Say that one more time, sorry.
I'll still just be standing within 10 feet of you until I
Okay.
fully get my bearings back.
Um, Say, can you describe like when I was doing that dispel magic stuff? Could I like was there any sort of like sensation of the magic to like see if there's something to dispel for him
Like you would
or
pick up on something there to strip away? Is
yeah,
that what you're asking?
right. Like
Um,
without just
yeah.
willy-nilly uh just going dispel.
Yeah, I guess in my mind, I would almost imagine like you were, for that amount of time, you were able to almost have like a sixth sense where you don't quite understand it, but somehow you knew that there was magic in play or magic about to manifest, or like you just were able to pick up on the subtle cues. Um, however you kind of wish. Like I kind of leave it up to interpretation for your character, unless you want me to come up with something. But it was almost just like, mm, for example, a lot of the things that Kodiak was able to do, he could sniff out, right? He's a big bear.
Mhm.
So like for you, I don't know, maybe, however, maybe your whiskers twinkled, little ghost hairs in your ears made your ears go, however you wish to imagine it, right?
I kind of like
Um,
the whiskers thing.
yeah. So like you would feel your whiskers, reacting essentially.
Vibrate.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Do I get that sense from him? Is there something that I think I can at least try to strip away from
Oh, from
Al?
Al? Oh shit. You know what? Why not? Um, it would be a roll though. It would definitely not be a just an auto. You might be able to help him recover his memory quicker. Yeah, because you know that Al's not acting like Al. It's like, well,
Yeah.
then why are you asking these questions? So for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead and um yeah, go ahead and give me yeah, the roles that you're doing. So intelligence,
Did you
uh
say Arcana? Sorry, you're cutting out a little for me.
yeah. Yeah, that intelligence check, right? To be able to dispel.
So just straight
Oh,
intelligence.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Remember? Yeah, and we'll see how well you're able to do it. Yeah, no, that'll. All right, Al, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Wisdom. Okay.
Yes.
Keep high. One. Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice. Yeah, yeah. So, Al, you're kind of moving with the group as they're kind of, quietly, somberly figuring things out. You feel out of place staying close to, the Magus as you understand it. And at one point where you're just kind of not really paying too much attention, you just feel it's almost as if you feel a breeze like blow through you. And then all the pieces start like, tumblers in a lock fall in and you're like, and you start remembering it's like, and you realize that you were not there for minutes. You're just like, hey, you're back. You got your memory back for sure.
How are you feeling?
Uh, bit surprised, but I'm. I think I'm back. I'm. Wow, that was. Yeah, the past few minutes were very strange, but I'm back. I think I remember shit.
There might be
Oh,
something to this magic stuff after all.
oh crap.
Karos, when did you become a
Uh,
dog?
oh.
There's a dog inside us all.
True.
One's an idiot. The other's an idiot. Um, my other wild magic effects were the suggestion and the glowing blue eyes. Do I still have either of those?
No, the suggestion dated a while ago for both of you guys.
Okay.
The glowing blue eyes, I'm gonna let that stay for a little bit longer. That's fun.
Cool.
I'll try casting non-detection on myself since I haven't done it. Just to, not even like that I
You
know
don't even
that
cast
that's what
it
it
in a,
is.
yeah, you don't even cast it.
Oh,
It's
it just is. It's
permanent.
there. Okay. I try to detect myself. I can't. I look
Yeah,
in a mirror and see nothing.
yes, you just, no, but yeah, the non-detection thing is just kind of like this passive, permanent thing for the time being. Kind of to make it as confusing as possible.
Okay. I'm pretty
Feels.
sure I don't know all your magical abilities, but that is that part of your repertoire, or is that part of all this magic shit going on?
This is new, and you kind of see him two fingers rubbing the whiskers, trying to get tuned up, tilting around,
Trying to get a
Say,
signal.
kind of crackling a little shimmer magic, but not just doing willy nilly.
hmm Yeah, that would definitely fall under the this is very new category for you.
Yes. I guess chaos isn't all bad, as long as you're on the right side of the coin flip.
Good way to put it. But what's everyone, if anyone's doing anything, I'm just gonna say, unless if anyone has anything objection, I've all managed to get your way down at least to where rock, and you just see rock floating around in one of the fissures, just doing rock. It's the best way I can put it.
I mean, once everybody gets down there, I will go ahead and do our quick respite.
Okay.
I miss being able to fly.
It's a handy little trick when you need it.
Am I back to normal size now?
No, you still.
Oh.
We like little you, so you're gonna be little for a while.
No, but Karos does lose his exhaustion. And
Okay,
if
yes,
Rock would have
as-
had one, I think probably, but it would be gone anyway. So
Oh yeah, I'd be gone. I forgot about that. But yes. So anyone that had one level of exhaustion, you're more than welcome to clear it. Thanks to
and
the
then I gotta
respite.
figure out the hit die allocation. So yeah, you can use hit die to heal yourself.
Nice.
Again, if you use hit die, don't forget to mark off a charge of your healer's kits.
Please.
So I would have had exhaustion, but now I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
technically were unconscious.
So we're
Right.
getting a short rest.
Yep.
Correct.
Davis
Okay,
is doing the 10-minute short rest.
Before it does that, I'll burn a key and dodge so I can heal.
Sure.
Do you have any hit dice left?
I've been on mute this whole damn
Yep.
time.
Oh wow, like one.
Oh,
One.
Al's been on mute. Okay.
I've
What's
been
up,
on
Al?
mute. I'm a add the Song of Rest. Anybody who uses any hit die to heal gets a flat +7.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice,
Let's
nice.
see. How many do I have left?
+7 heal or +7 temp HP?
Heal.
Yeah, okay.
And I will let you
Um,
know if you get temp HP at the end of the rest. I'm not sure I'm gonna do that command style though, so
Oh, I
probably
have
not.
7. Yeah,
I think
you can use up to 3, right? You said.
No, you guys can use as many as you want. I think.
Oh.
This is not the
It's
same
a-
as my heal like in combat. This is just a short rest heal.
Okay.
But
I
I
used
can
4.
recharge some people's hit dice. I gotta figure. I need some. I know Dragnar definitely needs some, so I'm gonna probably give him some.
No, I'm not. I'm good, dude. I'm 90 out of 126.
No.
out of
You
it.
need hit dice. 'Cause
Oh,
you
yeah.
used all of them,
Toss
right?
Spell.
Oh yeah, I have none left.
Yeah, I will give you some because that's part of the thing. Is my respite allows me to restore twice my proficiency bonus worth of hit dice, I think.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I can hand out some hit dice back. I just gotta figure out how many.
Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to. We're gonna jump to this just because this is less chaotic. Oh, there we go. Ah, there's so many less tokens. It just isn't bothering as much anymore. Another red possible way that Green Hill is looking.
ay. It's a lot to fix. Anybody got glue?
Fix. That looks cool, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Al, since you said that, go ahead and give me a Arcana check.
So, Adam, since it's a short rest,
Yeah.
and I used my arcane recovery, does it hurt?
Nope.
Okay.
No pain.
I don't know. Maybe we can like throw ropes over and pull each other together with the. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Everything's still floating. Nothing's like slowly starting to settle
Well, that's
back
why I
down.
wanted to do the Arcana check. Yeah, so Carl says you're looking up. Yeah, Al, you're not sure. You're just like, things are still floating. It's pretty cool. Carl, you can also give me an Arcana check. That'll probably be it for the group. There you go. Things are not falling. Things have like kind of shifted a bit, but you're starting to get the sense, Karis, just that this might be kind of where some of the stuff just ends up staying.
Interesting.
Forever, the land has been altered yet again.
Monument destruction.
So. But yeah, definitely like there were pieces, you know, around you guys, like off to the distance that were way higher. Like you guys, the closest, you know, the highest point you guys were about 80 feet. There might have been some that were like 150 feet up. And they've been descending down. Some of them have stayed up. So you're looking at anywhere from the range of 10 feet up to about 100 feet or so. Possibly a little bit more in some where there's just different sized chunks of earth just floating, and some of them still have entire buildings on them. Some of them have, you know, pieces of cobblestone, pieces of, they just literally was ripped up.
I hope this isn't permanent.
And wherever those little, like, massive, you know, like it's almost like, right, Swiss cheese-esque, right? But now that Swiss cheese parts are like being filled up with the water the river Sly is floating in. So there's gonna be like all these little water pockets as you guys are walking everywhere. Or I guess technically not walking everywhere right now because you're standing around as rock is bathing in the fissures. So, but as you guys are all kind of gathered and a few moments have passed, haven't seen anyone else.
Real quick, just for mechanics and stuff. Rock Karos, how are you guys on hit dice?
I just spent 3, so I've got 3 left.
Oh, okay, so you're just a little below half.
Or 4.
I used half. I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take 4, and Dragnar, you can have 4 hit dice.
There you go.
And I believe what that means, Karos, you get some of your spell slots back. Or not, martial arts die back. Not martial, Jesus, superiority die. There you go.
Yeah, I
Like,
have the same problem trying to
remember what's what.
which tokens are which.
Yeah. Dragnar gets key back. Rock did his arcane recovery. Don't remember right now because there's too many things to track. Says you might get some of your channel divinities back.
I get my disarming attack back. Wow.
Wow.
My 1 superiority die.
So just make sure you track your things. Like Al, you get your inspirations back.
Oh, I've been out
You
of this
guys
for
know your.
months.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah. So visual guys, if there's anything you guys wish to kind of imagine or throw in as you guys are walking through the sundered landscape, let me know. But right now, one thing that stands out to you guys is there's not really any people.
Adam, I will walk over to the demon and see if there's any alchemical components that I could extract from said demon.
Okay, go ahead and give me because you have the hedge crafters, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me that alchemy check at whatever the bonuses are for it. I don't even remember. There's too many things right now. I don't remember if it's proficiency or if it's proficiency expertise, blah blah blah. I don't remember. I trust you.
Proficiency advantage.
Okay, there we go.
I got a 9 and a 10. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oof.
So what's the total?
9 or 10.
Oh, okay. That I sorry, got it. You
Actually, can
you
I
don't
flip the coin?
you already did. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
It has to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
before the
yeah,
roll.
yeah. You don't know what you're looking at. He's basically the body that was brought here is just decomposing and turning into that black oozing tar substance that smells heavily of like brimstone and decay. You don't want any of this stuff. You're pretty sure anything that you use here would make anyone sick or not be what you want it to do. There's nothing for you.
Okay.
And while I'm floating
Mm-hmm.
in Akron, one of my languages. I'm going to be singing just like a turtle seaside, you know,
Shanty.
something I would have known from my village, just like a local. But I'm singing using thaumaturgy, so I'm loud.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, if it has an easy pattern, like repeats after a couple bars, I will try to join in with the pan flute after a minute or two.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
would
it's like
imagine the yeah.
it would be yeah. So the pattern would be easy to pick up because it'd be like a ballad, like a let's say it's like a tale of something in my area, something I would have learned.
Dig it.
So lots of
Al.
verses, very easy melody.
Yeah. Al. Babies. Babies could pick this up, right? It's easy. Like
This Bobby song
you love it.
was so catchy.
Yeah. What did you do? See, Lord of Chaos clicking on things. There you go. He, apparently, I tried to send he tried to send an email somehow. I don't know how.
There's an email button on your keyboard, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why? There you go. Okay, I'm back.
Send
Yeah,
help.
it's a beautiful, simple little tune. As it's, I mean, in this case, loudly reverberating through the the air. Uh, Instinctively, I would say probably some of you would be looking around, seeing if it's drawing any attention, but there's no one coming.
Well, hopefully that means people are getting the hell out of here. Which, I mean, I guess they don't necessarily need to now, but hopefully that just means there were not that many people around here, because this is, oof.
Guys, I have something to tell you.
Go on.
It felt very real, but I'm not sure that my mind is still in shambles. I'm still piecing things together. A lot of things just happened. But I had a vision, and who knows if it was real. It felt real. But what happened here at Green Hill, I don't think it's just Green Hill. I think they're trying this in more than just here.
Or hags, or that thing in the sky.
Hmm. The very thing that we just dispatched. I think I think they have more followers, and I think it's plagued materia. Not just Green Hill.
No,
By no means I don't think we're done with this,
no,
but
no, we're done. It was 3 covens. We got 'em. That's it. Right? And I'll look at
I hope
Al.
you're right.
There's 3 covens.
Uh, yeah, the covens were the big thing, and if he really was behind all this, everything makes it seem like this took place over a really long time. I don't know if the energy is still about. It might just be lingering here, kind of, you know, like a broken cup, and it's just the magic is just spilling everywhere. Uh, it seemed like he had a greater goal in mind, something to use it all for. I I think we've done what we can.
Yeah, of course.
For the time being, I feel like that's right. While not as strong as what we just did here, I couldn't tell exactly what I was seeing and where, but there are still cults that exist throughout materia. And those seem to be perhaps available to be taken over, just like it was here. And maybe a while before we have to figure something out again, but I just feel like it was very real. I don't know what to say.
I hope not.
I hope not as well.
Well, that would make sense if they're trying to, whatever that thing was in the moon's trying to come here. Apparently, he didn't get enough of whatever he needed. So it could be other plots, other places to do something similar.
Well, when that rift broke open, what we were facing was not even of Coven. It was pure, unadulterated chaos, it felt like. Did you see the same thing that I saw? The tentacles, the eyes.
As he's describing it, all of you saw something different.
Yeah, no, that's not at all what I saw. I mean, mine was just mostly kind of strange splashes of color and just pure kind of randomness, but I didn't see what anything inherently alive or beast-like. It was just
Just be wary that this following has been abducted and turned into something incredibly devastating. And people still, as you were, meet in caves to conjure something to alleviate their prayers. And it seems like that if I'm right, that very well could be taken for granted again. The reign of chaos, as far as that goes, may not be over, but I think we're okay for now.
I mean, we need to help the people here now. We don't know where any of this other stuff is. We know that they're still, they're not so much in danger now, I hope, but they might be in pain for a little while. So,
I 100% agree with you. I just felt like that was a very important, at least
no,
it
you're
felt
right.
like a very important premonition,
Yeah, you're right.
and I hope it's wrong.
The greedy and the desperate always look for power wherever they can get it. It is rare that they think about the cost for that power. Even in this
It's
place, with it banished, even without a tyrannical lord, there will be people who seek to prey on the survivors here, whether they experience the hardships or lost material possessions or friends and family. It will be hard going for these people, for those who choose to stay.
True.
Adam, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mhm.
I'm assuming we're kind of, are we still in the same area or are we walking back?
Up to you guys. I kind of right now. I just kind of imagined either you guys were still just hanging around with where you guys had, you know, gotten up and started moving around, trying to leave the central portion, trying to find what are all the effects on this area at this point in time. Just kind of deferring to you guys.
Well,
This isn't going to be a lot of this right now until like I step in. There's a lot of you guys just doing whatever you guys wish to do.
I'll look at the group and say, I'd like to head back to the fishing warehouse, check on Victor and the other people around there, and then making sure that no one needs our help as that, could be in distress right now.
Do a big long stretch, get the muscles stretched out, and just be like, "Oh god, yeah, that's a good idea."
It never ends.
These tired bones were enjoying the rest, but yeah, you're right, it doesn't. So,
I say we kind
Adam,
of spread out a little bit just to kind of cover more ground in case there's people who may be trapped in rubble or anything like that.
Hey, could we do the thing where we can talk in each other's heads again?
Splendid idea.
Hey, Rock.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound weird, but I want you in my head. I want everybody in all of our heads. Can we do that thing again?
What do I need to do? Does it require touch? No.
No, it's a range. 30 feet. But it does take 10 minutes.
It's a
Yeah.
ritual.
I'll what do I need? Yeah. I'll just give you a thumbs up,
Thanks,
and
bud.
then can I do a ritual while underwater?
You can, because I think your staff lets you breathe underwater.
Right.
Well, I can hold my breath for a while too. For an
Yeah,
hour.
but it'll allow you to actually
Okay.
make the verbal components underwater. So yes, I will allow it.
Okay, so I give a thumbs up and then I just sink to the bottom.
And you just see bubbles from occasionally.
I'll just look around. I'm like, I think he's doing it. Okay, whatever. We'll see.
That looks like meditation to me. I think he's doing some magic stuff.
I think he might be broke this time.
I mean, guys, he's earned whatever he needs to cope with whatever he's doing, man. We
Ooh,
just
that's
need
a
to be
good
here
one.
for him.
First time this happened, I said give him some time, and that worked. I think the
Yeah,
same
good
will
point.
work.
Time, a little bit of
Till
space,
then-
but also make sure we're there for him. That's all.
Always there for him.
As
Now,
sometime
before we strike out, is there any way that I could not be so tiny? This is cool and all,
Al,
but
Al smiles at him.
kind of embarrassing
Big
to
grin.
walk around town as the tiniest
When
elephant
he
in the world.
when he says that, I'm gonna walk over to him and kind of put my elbow on his hand. Hey, what's up?
Karos will look over at him and just dead straight faced stare, kind of squint like he's really concentrating. I don't think there's anything I can do.
I mean,
Yeah,
you did
you're
wonders for me.
focusing.
You want to at least
Yeah,
try?
time has kind of you're but you're actually you said I guess you could try to incite him since he's deceiving you potentially, maybe? I don't know.
No, I believe him.
Okay. Alright.
Actually, no. Technically, my my passive insight would have picked up that he's full of shit because I've got advantage right now, right?
But do you want to let me know?
No,
that?
I just feel like,
Yeah.
hey, Karos, how are you doing? Like, were you doing magic stuff earlier? Like, was that a thing? Did I?
This dude knows his shit. Let me tell you.
It was.
How?
It's
How did?
So wait, some of that wasn't
Mhm.
passing. Damn it.
Wait, passing? What do you mean?
Allegretto was a dinosaur, and you think that's strange?
Well, he's been doing magic as long as I've known him, which is, quite some time.
That's
What I
fair,
wanna-
but dinosaur.
What I
Karos
want to know is,
has been-
Al, how'd you let a dog whoop your dinosaur ass?
Wait, I don't think I saw that. What happened?
He's very
You
quick.
know the dog he's talking about.
No, I do. I do. I actually literally
Yeah.
don't think David saw it.
No, you didn't. But there was two dogs. You're like, huh, okay.
I saw that
It's very
thing knock you down, drag you around, and then throw you off of that floating piece of dirt.
Is
I made it
that how
back
you
up.
got down there?
No,
Well, then how?
I did it myself.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Even my bullshit
All right,
insight.
I'm
passer gets
insight
that
checking
one.
that. I'm insight
Oh, wait,
checking
go
that.
ahead.
Oh shit, natural
I
one.
can
So yeah, I believe you. You're good.
Can I roll shit?
Yeah,
Roll
you
deception?
can roll deception,
I
and
mean-
anyone that wants to can.
You're good because you still beat me. I got a natural one. So.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
I did it myself. I was trying.
Wait,
I
did
got a five.
Gregor get a natural one too? Oh no, it's a 3.
I was trying to draw them away from the crowd. We gotta divide and conquer.
So basically, look at the
I'm a big
gift.
target. Everybody wants me.
This is look at the gift. This is Al. He's like, yeah, this is me.
Oh!
Well,
That's
You're
pretty dope.
welcome.
That's pretty dope.
you guys totally believe him. Like, he's like, what? No,
Quick
Dragnar,
escape.
you know deep down in your gut that he's like, it makes no sense. You're like,
That's the weirdest fighting style I've ever seen.
I
It
mean,
works though. The
he's
wolf
not
bit
big
me.
on tactics.
I felt the teeth sink in. I knew he had me, so I figured if I just, hopped off, he'd be stuck to me.
Oh, like so you
And
were trying to like drag him down or something. Is that what it was?
yeah, keep him away from you
Oh,
guys,
that's
because
pretty
you saw the
cool. Yeah,
you saw the little
that's a
shits.
good idea.
I'll
Thank
teach you
you.
how to push people off with you standing up there.
Yeah, I mean, you're a big thing.
More
Like,
effective.
Okay. Because I was thinking like I have these baby arms, I can't push anything, but I guess tail, head.
But you
Okay,
have a big old head.
it's true.
okay.
And
Heat of
tail.
the moment, couldn't. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a lesson or two. There's always room for improvement, but I'd say my strategy worked pretty well.
Eh,
You didn't die.
Yeah,
uh,
it's been a weird day, hasn't it?
you think?
when
I'm
is
not
it?
allowed to think anymore.
No, it's going to be a weird day when the weird shit stops happening.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get as far as you guys with these tiny legs, but I best be off, I guess.
I love
Dregnar is
small
imagining building a riding saddle and trying to teach Sedge to walk on all fours because he can eat
Oh,
them out.
no.
That's degrading. Oh,
Very degrading.
That's why I'm just thinking about it now.
yeah, I
If you're
know.
gonna say it.
I know. I love it. I
Oh, you didn't
that's great.
actually say it? I
No,
was
I'm just
gonna
thinking.
be
I'm
like,
just thinking.
okay. I was totally gonna be like, I don't even remember.
I was gonna have a cleric war elephant mount. That's amazing.
It's if as he turns and walks sadly away, I'm gonna try to muster it up one more time. If you're saying that, I thought that's what you were saying, is that I kind of felt it ebbing away.
Yeah, it's ebbing away, but you can go ahead and give me one of those checks at disadvantage.
I got an idea. Hey, do we have time for another ritual? Is Rock still casting his?
Who knows?
Wow. Damn. Karos, on what would have been the tail end of it. If you wish to dispel it, you may dispel it.
I'll kind of feel it like ebbing away. Be like, just in case. And really, as he's kind of like, I just imagine his little elephant head is like a little down. Like, oh wow, the ground's so much closer than it used to be. Just kind of like both hands this time, trying to sink it in and pull it away as he walks forward to just rip off the magical residue. Just making him short.
Yeah, so as he's walking away, you kind of reach out and actually go through the physical motion of kind of ripping upwards. And Sej, as you're looking down, the ground is getting further and further away. And you're back
Huh.
to
What?
Well, that's
your
convenient.
your normal size. And Karos, two of your whiskers. Boom.
Oh,
See, that's what I'm telling you. Grand Magus. This guy knows his shit.
Hey, wait. Can you do the? Because I'm like, when I touch stuff, I mean, look at Sedge's ripped. When I touch stuff, it's like becoming rusty metal. Could you fix that?
That's true. And Sej, your rusty copper tunic just shatters as you expand. just breaks.
embarrassing.
Hmm.
I'll have to get another shirt.
Carlos kind of look at the hands and
Yeah, I'm holding them up. Like, okay. Huh?
I'm gonna turn around and look at Karos and just shrug.
I'll give him a little grin, like, gotcha. I think that might have been, in all seriousness, that's the that might have
That
been
is
the
the
last
end.
of it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm not feeling very magical anymore.
I stole the last dispel. Sorry.
Mm.
Al, can you fix it?
But they don't. But then like he'll kind of have like that look of like, oh well, I lost something, but I never had it in the first place, so I'll just, you know,
He'll
it
accept
was
it
what it
easily.
needed to be. But then I'll kind of like snap out of it. Wait a minute, and I'll look at Sedge, I'll look at Rock, I'll look at Al. Like, you can't tell me none of you can do this, right? Like literally none of you.
Al rubs his arm like,
I mean, I understand that magic is vast and not every mage can, or caster of the arcane or holy magics can do the same thing, but come on, I mean, 3 of you here? That's pretty good odds, right?
Actually, out of character, I don't
A bit
know.
of
Remember if
rest.
anybody does have dispel magic.
And I can look through. I don't know if everybody. I know some people can prepare
Well,
it
right.
if they
Obviously, the
wish to.
prepared guys can do
I
it.
was gonna say, I'm pretty sure all 3 of those classes can use
Yeah.
it,
Yes.
whether or not
Yes.
you
Yeah, I'm
have it
pretty
or have
sure
it
I
prepared.
can, or at least a version of it. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's in my repertoire.
I know that
But
Al.
I'd have to prepare it, and I'd have to think on it.
But I know Al for sure doesn't, and it's yeah. I think the other 2 need to prepare it. The issue.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys.
They just don't touch anything
I'll just be
organic.
careful. I mean,
We'll get it figured out.
my glaive seems to be okay. So
Yeah, your glade. It doesn't seem to affect magical things.
actually, I don't know if Davis knows that. For all that,
No.
he's just like everything else other than the glaive.
Yeah. The glaive is so cool. It just doesn't turn to rusty copper.
Even if it did, I
Okay.
could just like throw it away and then get a new one.
So, as there's a little bit of discussion around the water fissure, we'll call it, rock, the spell connects with those people that you choose. You're welcome to let them know.
However you like to do so.
From underwater, without popping out. I say, I'm just all here in your head. Okay, it's done. I'm
Hey,
tired. I'm gonna swim for a while.
well, back through the link. We were gonna head back. Kind of splitting up a bit, just checking up on people. You wanna just meet us back there?
I'll be here.
Okay. We'll get you if we need you.
Does
So,
it fade with distance?
No,
no. It's actually one of the things. I think it's like something
it's
ridiculous
a mile,
mileage
I think.
on it.
Can you
Yeah.
block out an individual person? Because in my head to like clear my thoughts, I'm just like singing that song to myself over and over again.
Yeah, it's not necessarily just going to be transmitted. I don't think it's essentially you just transmit it over, I think.
Yeah, you have to
Because, I mean,
choose. You can
Yeah,
communicate
you,
Yeah,
you, you
telepathically.
have to you have to choose to send the message.
yeah.
Okay, you guys will catch just a little bit of like the song repeating in my head, and then I'll like cut it off. And just so you know, I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
it says you
walking on
can communicate.
sunshine.
when it,
Whoa.
whenever there's
No,
a
it's
blip of the melody,
baby shark because it's quiet.
God.
whenever there's a blip of rock singing a melody, Al will follow up like a couple of seconds later with another 1 second bit, the next line.
Yeah, from time to time over the next hour, just a little blip of rock from time. He gets into his music, gets a little bit too focused, and then something blips through. Okay, so as Rock is floating and collecting himself, the menagerie disperses amongst we'll call it for now, because I don't have a better term, the ruins of Greenhill. Um, what's the intent? What are you guys doing?
Oh boy.
Well, my
And this is
idea was to go through and just kind of make sure that there aren't people that are trapped in rubble, or if
okay.
they're hurt, helping them. Just
Yeah.
and we don't have to role play the entire thing. I'm just
Yes,
trying to
that's what I'm
make
getting.
just trying to make sure that everybody seems to be all right, and those that need help get help. But I also wanted to see if we could figure out a way to send a message to Seb in Green Post to let him know what happened.
Sure. So I think this is a pretty good place where we can kind of go in the more of a fast tracky and then slow down where need to be slow down for certain events. As you guys have dispersed, something that unless if someone has objections, obviously, please speak up. But you will start to come across the basically the husks of the people that are succumbed to the ritual. Um, Rock at some point you get rudely shunted back into reality as a body just floats over you, kind of following down the current. Um, you are able to, as you guys are traveling, rescue some people that do indeed get buried or trapped in some rubble and some ruins. People that have been injured or, maimed due to the tectonic shifts and everything as the earth had been ripped up from under them. However, really, it's the earth moat portion is really just focused and centralized around the center of Green Hill where the cauldron and the ritual were. It doesn't spread out throughout all of Green Hill proper. Uh, there are still some conflicts going on as uh, some of the remaining ogre tribes and faith militant that were didn't actually would they have succumbed to it? No, all of them would have succumbed because they would have been faithful. Yeah, that's actually sorry. A lot of the yeah, a lot of a common thing that you're seeing. I got details mixed up in my head. A common thing that you're seeing as you guys have spend the day walking through Green Hill helping individuals is that anyone that really gave the signs of being like a true faithful, they were seemed to be the ones that had fallen the quickest. So all the ogres, all the giants, um, the brown robed faithful, there doesn't seem to be a survivor amongst them. The tree itself, because I know that's something that you guys were pretty focused on, still stands large, damaged from the lightning and the holy fire,
A little charred.
a little charred, but still stands. Uh, and as like time passes and you are able to disperse and find people, um, some of your friends from Green Post, seeing the calamity of night shift or day shift to night back to day, probably took it upon themselves as a sign to venture back and go into Green Hill and see if what was going on. Because it comes to reality and it snaps to you guys that you had asked for allies to come, you had asked for people, and anyone that was on the outside of Green Hill would have seen. Well, you don't know what they would have seen. Would have been like a bubble of darkness? Would it be proper darkness? Would they have seen the souls? But you get to discussing with some of your allies that you meet and survivors that you see, and those that were on the outside. There was like a haze around Green Hill, but they could see specks of bluish, tealish light floating, maybe not realizing what it was until you inform them that it was the souls and the energy of those that have lost their lives to the harvest.
If possible, if
Mhm.
while we're walking out through the worst of it, like ground
Mhm.
zero, I guess,
Yeah.
if there's any concentrated um, wounded villagers that have yet to part, can I sit in prayer of healing groups
Sure,
of them as I can on my way out?
yeah, we'll say like throughout, especially throughout this day and then following days and everything, it takes time to get people out. It takes time to, I don't know, count the dead, right? One of the first individuals that shows up is the black-platted Gith Yankee, or I guess you say Gith, 'cause it doesn't matter which one he is.
Mort.
The Gith, yeah, cleric of death, Mort. As this is
Was he at Green Post?
sad to say, he was a Green Post, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
He stayed back at Green Post. So, yeah, I guess, guys, it's you know, recovery time. As the days, maybe even weeks pass. One second. So yeah, as the days and possibly more pass, some of the Earth motes never come down. Some of the people come to start scavenging, salvaging, recuperating. I don't know exactly what y'all's plans are. I'd like to figure out what the recovery effort in your minds would be. However, Anita needs me to take 5, so I'll give you. Let's not pause or anything. I just need 5 minutes.
Sure.
Needs me to, so I'm muting myself, and I'll be right back. Y'all can discuss or do whatever.
Now,
Time to take over and create our center of power.
I was just gonna say, it's like now the power balance is disrupted.
The vacuum of
rise
power.
to the top.
Your cult was
So
bad. Ours is grand. Think about it.
I
Think
don't,
about it.
I don't know if you guys saw or not, but my vote would be for Seb or Victor if they want to take over. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had any ideas.
I mean, Essos in there as well, although, I mean, Davis kind of gets that Essos is sort of a bit of an underhanded individual at times.
Well, I kind of see Essos leading from the shadows.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, Victor's a good front man. Everybody knows Seb and trusts Seb, so maybe a collaboration between the two. I don't know.
I like the idea a lot. Do we know if Essos? Yeah, he has direct contact with at least one of them, right? Seb or
I'm
Uh,
sure Essos can get a hold of whoever he wants to.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Mhm. True.
The only thing I want to do in this time frame is make sure that there's not other people trying to steal or take over or anything like that, because just opportunistic.
Yeah, maybe we reach out to Meeker and Navari and have them send some Verdant Cause folk down to try and help keep a little bit of
Why
order.
why don't we find the black person, put them to work?
Oh, we could. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
They're a little closer. They need
Yeah.
honest work.
Like, yeah, we'd be like, hey, you guys needed a place to live. Everybody here's starting over, just like you. Get a new fresh start.
Who is that?
So there's it was a shitty little group of bandits that we ran into on the way back into Green Hill from the first time we came back here, which was like 70 episodes ago at this point.
Oh,
We were like level 5 or something, I think, maybe 4, I don't know. But yeah, it was just like a little bit of cutthroats that like they were highwaymen essentially that tried to kind of like rob us, I think, one time, and we just flattened them. They were like,
I gave
guys,
them all my money.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's what's funny is they actually almost killed me, but it's because there was like 8 of them all shooting sneak attack crossbow, and I just happened to be in front, I think.
Yeah, they turned you into kind of a pincushion.
Yeah. If it weren't for my relentless endurance, I would have easily been out.
So the other thing I was going to do, depending on how long we have, is do those history rolls at night. One of the ideas I had was the Mad Titan and then the Herald of the Mad Titan. Does anybody have any other ones?
Ooh,
Now, do you know those?
Well, I know the Mad Titan or the crazy guy in the moon. I don't know if you told us about the Herald or not. That's a good point.
I have not and will not.
Okay.
Those are good. Long ago you did ask about the mother, and she was real and everything. It's just she was subversion. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Nothing more there.
anything have to do with Sedge's premonition? I don't know if we have anything to go on there.
it'd be hard to go. It's like it. I saw people like cults across like materia as it
Yeah.
was described to me in like just various places. It would be incredibly hard to follow.
Yeah, just very vague.
It's probably just gonna crop up at some other point. So there's not really much we can do now, other than be distrustful as if we already were of cults. But
I mean, you say it's gonna crop up, but it's not like, you know, Adam's not very good at bringing things back up. Oh wait, never mind. Everything has come back to bite us.
Yeah.
Mm,
So what we could do is do specific questions like, you know, how is the red mist associated with the Lord of Chaos?
Yeah.
Why did our magic mess up, go crazy whenever we were,
Oh, yeah,
do
like the wild
specifics
magic.
like that. Yeah. That way we can have more concrete evidence of those particular things and better prepare ourselves in the future. So anything you guys come up with is
The
specific.
like still floating in the sky pieces of Earth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, is this a thing? Like, how does this just keep doing this? What the fuck?
if Rock's on board, I would be curious about the origins of the runes on his back. If we can do some kind of check beforehand and then try and form it into a question like, what's the background to X, Y, Z?
Or what is the connection between the unformed maze and chaos? Because we
Yeah.
thought it came from the unformed maze, but whenever he got affected by chaos, some of them disappeared. But where did they go?
That's a good call. I like that.
So yeah, I'll just formulate some questions, specific questions, and depending on how many days we're here, because I get 2 a day.
Nice.
But if anybody thinks of anything else, like, just one another one I was thinking about, is there a way to keep it from affecting us? Like, that way whenever we fight it again, we're not turning shit to metal, we're not shrinking, we're not having our stats flip around and stuff like that.
How about like your Hearthstone? Like, is there a way to remove the negative effect or something? I don't know. Like, I'm
the
still.
strat is not blow all my spell slots and just cast Holy Weapon and whack things instead.
There you go. No, so for the like, we're still using a bunch of hag shit, and that kind of concerns Davis. It's like,
Yeah, see if there's side effects or anything like that long term.
yeah, and it's also just like maybe we shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. Although I'm still using one, so hey.
Yeah, so am I every time I get hit, right?
Yeah. Well, I still have the what was it? Although this isn't necessarily hag made, but the little soldier's trinket.
Yeah, but also how many times do we eat hag food?
True, it's so
Too
good.
many. I'm keeping Hans. He's part of the Necromancer Tower. Nothing to do with the hags. Nothing.
Actually, I guess if we could, if we want Isos to kind of like, we can have Marb keep Isos in check too. Now that I think about it.
So too late to puke it up, or
Oh, the hag
Yeah,
food.
you're pretty much screwed, dude. It's in your DNA.
no.
I'm Chaos
One-
Trout now.
One of us.
I'm
one of us.
I've been bent on helping rebuild the Adventurers Guild and installing like a side office of like
The
consulate.
menageries.
Yeah, like a consulate
Wait, for Ushabti or for?
for my country. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, okay. I was thinking we could
Here
put
goes
Dragar
that
there.
power
Fair enough.
vacuum we were just talking about. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on that. I want to kind of let them do their own thing.
Right.
But I definitely want to be involved with who is in charge.
Yeah. Make sure it's not some seedy piece of shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm not gonna turn it into a political game. I'm literally doing it because Sej is trying. It's like he's in a bid with his brother that he actually really likes, but he's in a bid with his brother to impress his homeland to become the next ruler.
Sounds like a politician to me.
Yeah, a traveling politician.
An ambassador.
maybe make sure that nobody other religious groups come in to like, oh,
Unless
this tragedy could have been avoided if only you'd followed the
one
great
I would say would be
Samgini.
okay would be Grant.
The Grand Magus.
If Grant wanted to start like the Lawbearer, the Church of the Lawbearer.
I would just say don't limit it to one
Yeah, for
religion.
sure.
You know, all religions are welcome as long as they're good-hearted and peaceful.
That's like kind of how Green Hill was in the first place, and there's no reason to disrupt that. I don't
Sure.
think. I was thinking like of making my own church, but I felt the same way. It's just too disturbing, you know.
But if
It's
you want to
weird
do a
bringing
church
your own
thing, do it.
religion. I don't because it just feels weird to bring your own religion. I'd rather like, you know, Sedge isn't like that. I don't think. He'd rather impress with.
Woohoo!
He'd rather. I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like he'd rather impress with other like things and deeds instead of, you know,
Did the
knocking
Dodgers
on
play
your door
tonight?
and
Sorry.
being like,
Tomorrow.
have you heard of my Lord and Savior the Son? Look up.
And I'll open a church next door. My Lord and Savior, the Moon. We'll call it Night and Day.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Open a bar right next to it called Night and Day.
A hard day's night.
Hey-o.
Yeah.
And then Barchester
Corey.
lives there because he's sleeping like a dog.
Exactly. And then when you drink too much, you need the hair of the dog to bit you. When I was in England, I went to a bar in Scotland. They actually had that was one of their microbrews. Hair of the dog.
Nice.
Nice.
Something else I was going to work on is potions and alchemy and stuff like that. But other than that, just helping people. That's what my plan was. So however many days you guys decide.
I will say Davis will start to get antsy after a little while.
Oh, I'm just going to go with the flow. You guys decide to leave tomorrow. Okay, we leave tomorrow.
However long we're here, Rock will follow the group around and answer. Like, if you ask me something, I'll respond. But otherwise, we'll not talk about what happened, and it's just quiet. Unusually, very, very quiet.
I think Al, with his experience as Jessica, I think he'd go around and try to have like small, I don't know, get kind of communities going, get them back going. Kind of try to help rally people here and there, but trying to stick around too long and try not to be a face of anything. He's gonna like, if things seem to be getting too serious, he's moving on to another part of the city. He just like gets getting igniting stuff, you know.
Yes, there's one thing I will kind of focus on just because it's personal to me. If there's any orphans, making sure they're taken care of somehow.
Like, put them down.
Yeah, put them down. No, making
Take
sure.
care of them.
Yeah, take
Everybody
orphan
knows
minds.
orphans. Everybody knows orphans equals thieves guild. You
Well,
have an
I
orphanage, boom, it just thief problem sprouts.
I've got no problem. You know, say, hey, Esos, here's 12 new recruits. I just want to make sure that, you know, they're not going to be on the streets, like, you know, starving to death.
He'll be on the streets stealing.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. They're making money. I don't care.
They're not
It's a
dying.
living.
I mean,
I
all
love it.
orphanages are just Adventures League training grounds, right?
That too. You know, Seb needs new recruits. Here you go. You get 6, Seb. Esos, you get 6. Let's go. Either that or we can each take a squire.
All right. So, you guys can hear me, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. So, what's the plan? What's the day? What's all going on? What are you guys thinking? Because I kind of listened in on a little bit on the tail end, but because you guys were still talking amongst yourselves, I didn't want to interrupt.
Help out, eliminate orphans.
Not the huddle. I heard the Thieves Guild part with the orphans.
That's the
No.
notes that I took.
I mean, I think we each had our own thing. I don't know if we just want to have us go in order or what.
Whoever wants to go first, let me know and we'll work it in. Unless you guys have it in order.
I nominate Dragnar.
Okay, so depending on how many days we're here, Adam, my main goal is check on orphans because it's personal to me. Making sure they're taken care of. However, ESOs, whoever, talk with everybody, and trying to get either Seb or Victor or some kind of collaboration between the two of them to start a new leadership here in Green Hill. And then personally, uh, depending on how many days we're here, I'll be working on any kind of healing. I mean, any kind of potions I can, alchemy stuff, and then my history checks at night. But other than that, that's all I'm pretty much doing. I have no set amount of days. Just when they're ready to leave, we'll leave.
Okay, so yeah, that's great. That the history checks will figure out what you would be doing. The alchemy potion stuff is easily accelerated thanks to your mortar and pestle.
And we can roll that stuff later, unless you think the history checks will give us a direction. But as far as the getting the summoning of the components each day, and then the actual checks, we can do that whenever.
Okay, perfect. And then yeah, and then as far as getting leadership put and like installed, I mean, you already know Victor and them very well respected and liked. And then you know that Seb already had kind of a natural seat of position, as well as previously had a good relationship with the mayor, who was decapitated and spiked Jonas Nick. So easy enough to work on that, try to sway. And I guess one thing that maybe you guys didn't consider is that maybe that Victor may not have survived, but apparently he had enough of a personality where he was able to shrug off the effects. I will tell you guys right now, this might alter some of the things that you're doing, but there are a lot of missing people. So, all right, but we'll figure out some rules. So for you, Dragnar, basically,
Good.
yeah, for you, Dragnar, I basically have to make a note that we need to do alchemy and history, right?
Correct. And then it'll be based on however many days
Yes.
that we're here. And since I got nominated, I'm gonna nominate. Well, fuck, Danny's gone. Al.
Okay. So similar to what I said prior, but with a couple of changes. So with his prior experience posing as Jessica, I was going to go around and try to band and rally just a sense of community. Um, he doesn't mind being the face of it. Let's see, help direct people, help find people, heal people. He'll probably steal the ladle from whoever has it and help with mealtime. Just kind of help get the foundation going again. I thought I had one other thing. He would be on board with any reestablishing of leaders. So if there is rebuilding of the Adventurers League or trying to put one of those people in charge to an extent, I would spend maybe a third of his time helping with that.
Okay, I like that. Honestly, your stuff basically kind of plays into what's going on with general recovery, right? I try to think if there's anything I missed. I was like, eh. Um, but yeah, unless if you're looking for something really specific, Al, let me know. I might have missed something, but you're just in there to assist with the recovery of Green Hill, to make sure um, the Ventures League might be able to crop back up or something akin to that, assisting Mort through his duties, right? Did I miss something? I'm sorry. Like,
No, it's pretty spot on.
okay.
Not including the Adventurers League bit. Um, once some bit of community seems to be rolling, once it seems to
Okay.
be moving correctly, Al will kind of go off and search for maybe smaller groups that need help or help find people in the first few days, things like that. Try and find who needs the most help first.
Okay.
And if he catches on to Dragnar's thing with the orphans, he'd definitely have to help out with that.
Okay. I will say, of course, there are individuals that are in desperate need of help, and there are a fair number of people that had fled. And there's this weird situation right now where it's trying to figure out where to put everybody, or because Green Hill isn't necessarily survivable right now. There's a lot of disjointed chaos still and damage, while it's not in a constant state of danger and threat, I guess. As you guys are realizing, many of the buildings have been destroyed. What would be shelter is gone. Um, many people have passed away. We're talking, what maybe was a 4,000 plus regular population wilted down to maybe a thousand or so, right? Like only 1 in 4 people really are likely to have survived this ordeal. However, with the influence of Seb, the influence of, getting assistance now from Marb and Grant, your friends, right? Mort is there. Uh, Green Post over the next, what's a realistic time frame? I guess it would be weeks, would have moved closer and closer and kind of established like camps on the outskirts of Green Hill proper, where people are building and constructing, if not permanent structures, temporary structures. Um, and you're able to assist those different groups, especially a lot of the people that did manage to survive, some of which happened to be ravaged by the ritual, however, were just had enough of them themselves still, intact that they survived. However, their body has been through hell. So there is that unique circumstance and situation of attending to those that have been magically ravaged as well, where those of you who are inclined to magic are able to assist. But yeah, you're able to work with your friends, work with your allies, and for at least, the immediate establish a green post, uh, a green post at the outskirts of Green Hill proper.
Nice.
Yeah.
If I could add 2 more bits of fluff, um, Al would definitely name drop the menagerie throughout his day. Not too much, but just enough. Um, and then the other bit is as he's helping, he's gonna always have a big dumb smile on his face and always try to be upbeat. He gets into a bad habit of if somebody asks him for help, he'll help them, and then somebody else comes and he'll just stay two
Drop his
hours longer than he wanted to, maybe longer.
So a lot of losing yourself in helping others out is kind of how I understand that.
Mhm,
Um, Possibly in a weird way, it's a cathartic response to what's been going on.
mhm.
But yeah, you're able to do all of that just fine. Starting to look like you guys are going to be here for a hot minute. which I appreciate. So, okay. Next person, if you want to nominate someone, Al.
I will. I think I will go on Director Davis.
Okay. I missed some of that, so pardon me if I repeat. But yeah, helping getting everything established back as much as possible is the way it was. Although yeah, I understood that that's not entirely possible. I did say that if it seemed like lawlessness was an issue, we might reach out to Meeker and Navari and see if they could send some help. I mean, I know Volpine's still pretty tiny, but you know, maybe they have contacts throughout Kled that they could reach out to as well.
Okay. Yep.
Otherwise, yeah, the main focus would be just like making sure things keep in order. Making sure we reestablish with our friends Marb and Grant.
Because they are definitely a presence that you guys see.
Yeah, and I'll say, hey Marb, I don't know if you're gonna, be able to come with us, but if not, keep an eye on Isos and make sure he doesn't try and get his hands into too many things, take advantage of the situation. And then I'll say, and the same for you. Don't you do it either.
He grins at that, of course.
But we missed you, pal. Grant, same thing. Just, keep an eye on everybody. Help. I know you're gonna help, and you'll be indispensable in the rebuilding effort. But, yeah. Other than that, I guess I did mention that if we once it gets to be like, cause I don't know if we established exactly how long it's gonna be, but after like maybe a couple of weeks, Davis would kind of start to get antsy and be like, kind of like, hey, yeah, it's like, I don't know how much more we can do here. We kind of let them do their thing on their own, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's it.
Interesting point. I guess I didn't consider that you would reach out. So, yeah, I would say that some effort and some assistance is brought over to this area by Meeker.
Yeah, because reaching out
There
to the
is,
Sovereign isn't going to do shit, I figure, so.
yeah. So, correctly assumed. Uh, there is that general somberness, with the realization that some of his men and
Oh, yeah.
ladies passed away in the efforts. However, Buckley and Zork do survive this ordeal.
Yay.
Um, yeah.
And this was CJ's idea, but I don't think Rock will bring it up. But the Black Purse, we could engage them to try and, like, I mean, the whole point was they wanted a way to, like, start over, and we could just, like, reach out to them and be like, hey, the whole town is starting over. Like, this is your opportunity. Nobody gives a shit what you did in the past. Just, like, make good on it, and then I will make sure that Grant and Marb keep a fucking eye on them and make sure that they make good on their intent to restart their lives.
So, I would say that, yeah, you are, as a group, you're able to introduce. Well, it's interesting. So the Black Purse, you never really met the true leadership, right? You met Smoke, Timber.
I thought we did gosh, I can look at my notes, but there
You
was two
never,
guys. There was
you
like
never,
a
yeah.
dwarf and a
You,
big Goliath, was it?
you never met.
We didn't meet them. I thought we heard of them.
You've heard of them. You never met
I
Bart
thought
in the
we went
Fist.
back. Oh, Bart. Okay.
You never met Bart in the Fist. Yeah, and it was a Goliath. If I remember, Bart was the Goliath, and the Fist was the dwarf with the fist woven into his beard. Essentially, the middle fist. You never met them.
Yeah, Bart and the Fist. Yep.
Yeah.
Rock did give Timber 30 gold.
Which definitely went a long way for those individuals. But yes, with that, there is a difficult time early on. There are arguments, and it's very two distinct groups. There's common folk trying to rebuild, and then people that have been living in the shady side for so long that they don't necessarily mesh well. However, they're still able to, over the next few weeks, get life to work out. And there is some sort of stability created. And yeah, you basically have a group of capable hands working with another group to recover and rebuild Greenland. That's a good idea. I didn't actually think about that. And they are put to use because a lot of the individuals that work with the Black Purse were not necessarily bad people. It was just what was available to them, a means. And Davis, good on you for picking out on that.
That was
So
CJ's thing.
no,
Yeah, that
CJ,
was me.
good job, CJ.
It's-
Cool. That actually helps.
I
I
say
would say that
CJ, was
helps.
that CJ or was that Rock remembering?
Is it my turn to speak on things? 'Cause, like,
Sure, you go next.
uh,
I'm done. So.
Go for it.
yeah. So as I said to everyone, I wouldn't really talk to the group or distant from everyone. Like, if you talk to me, I'll respond to small talk. Will not speak of what happened. I will not mention the Mad Titan, the Herald, any of that.
Okay, so
Um,
you will not tell your friends about that. Okay.
I'm not
We have to
telling them
remember that.
anything. What I am doing is in the middle of an area where there's space. Every single day, I'm going to make my little castle.
Oh no, you're trying to do a permanent one?
No, that takes a
That
long
takes a
time.
year, I think.
A year. I don't think we're staying for a year. But if for somehow we are here for a year, then sure. But otherwise, I'm doing my little my
Oh,
tower,
I love it. Gideon. I guess
and
it's the inspired by Gideon's Tower, right, or whatever it was called.
Galder's Tower?
Galder's Tower. That's what it is. Yeah.
yeah. But so reading it since I haven't actually done it. Let me just pull it up again quick. I switched some spells out. By the way.
Yeah, of course. I figured. Yeah, you
Um,
guys. So I will say this really quick. With time passing, like, don't worry about like those prepared casters. You would be able to prepare the spells that you need for the events that you are doing. Davis, you would have been purged of your copperness and stuff
Oh
like
yeah, I
that.
figured.
So just staying out of it. But please go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. I'll try to be quick.
No,
So my bottom floor. So first of all, the tower is going to be very much almost like a sand castle, but like coral features and just makes me feel at home. And the bottom level, it says on there it can have like a washroom, but I imagine more of like it's just a pool that you can like
okay.
soak in and rest in and or whatever little pieces around for people to sit on or relax in there. And then the upstairs will be a study, like a library study sort of thing for myself. Um, and I'll let it be known to anybody in town that if anybody's hurt or needs help, I'll use. Basically, I'm going to use all my spells every day to help citizens who come and ask for help. So, be
Okay.
that I have cure wounds on. If people need water, I can create water. Um, what else do I have? I have got locate objects, so the town's in disarray, so if something important's lost. I'll run around town and help people find lost things that matter to them.
Yeah. Even
Just
find like some of the
general
kids that find their
assistance.
toys. Like I see that like happening. That's important to them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And then in my time when nobody needs me, it'll be used studying everything that I can find, if I can find it. If I can't, I'll just work on my own magic. On the Mad Titan and the Herald, and just on the gods in general.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I'll continue to work on my book.
Fair.
If
Well,
there's not a magic shop in town where I can buy any sort of spells, lower level spells, right? I believe we established that
no,
before.
not here,
But
unfortunately.
cool.
Um,
That's yeah. So I'm just tinkering around, and I would have mentioned to the group at one point, being like, why don't once kind of stuff started, I'd be like, why don't we get the Black Purse?
okay.
They need work, and look at all this work. And then
Yeah.
that would be it. I just like suggest it and kind of go back
Leave
to
it at that. And I get that. I can respect that. So I would say, through your dabblings and researching on religion, there are enough individuals that have, you know, that have heeded the call to assist this area, as well as, uh, eh, I mean, like Mort, for example, right? Mort is there. Mort is another cleric. You have Sej, you have Grant. You have individuals that have come from, surprisingly, even like within the Black Curse, there was a couple, faithful individuals there as well. So you are able to get some information. And like, what information you're looking for, I'm not sure, but as far as the Mad Titan, there's not too much known really about him other than, again, so keep in mind that in materia in this universe, that while yeah, he does represent what would be considered possibly like the worst spectrum, chaotic evil, he's still a fundamental force and is important to existence, because without some element of chaos, there might not ever been the ability to structure and create order. He is not necessarily like he doesn't have a large worshipping, but he is still respected as he is part of the pantheon. And you know that there is really no getting around his influence because of that. Yeah, you've been directly exposed to some of his influence, and the fact that you have been forcefully possessed by one of his heralds. Um, which would you have done any research on the heralds themselves, or is
Yeah,
that
so Herald and the Mad Titan would have been my main concentration, and
yeah,
I assume I wouldn't find that much material, as you said. So, being frustrated with that, I would just start looking for any sort of on any of the pantheons and
yeah.
gods.
I will say that in time and asking, and perhaps some of like your friends would have even picked up on you just asking the general concept of a herald, because you're spending time with these individuals rebuilding or setting the framework and the groundwork for the rebuilding of Green Hill. Um, Heralds are a rare occurrence. Like people will dub themselves as a herald of something, but to actually be a herald is, an occurrence. Like you get marked by this deity. To be marked as a herald for one of the pantheon is even more rare, and might explain why this individual, this entity, even though without a form, now is still able to exert so much control and power, like possessing you, right? And mechanically speaking, allowing you to fucking recharge spell slots every 6 seconds. Uh, but yeah, you've done a fair amount of research, and I will do my homework as a DM to player and give you write ups on the 2 spells that you have been working on. That'll be my goal to get those sent to you sometime this week.
I do have one last thing that is
Okay.
very important that I just remembered. I will also spend time. I don't know how many days we have, and if I don't have the time myself,
I
I'll
don't
hire
know
some.
how much. We're figuring out how many days. Like so far, you guys are multiple weeks in.
If multiple weeks, then yes. I will make a Filbert statue with help of whoever I need to help to make a nice statue.
Yo, I'm in.
Dude, I like that. You get inspiration for that. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. So take an inspiration. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, I will say, because people don't realize who this individual was. But then, as the stories get spun, Al doing his thing as a bard, and you know creating ballads and actually documenting. So a thing that maybe is overlooked on is that bards are kind of the historians of the world, right? And Al is having a chance to write some element of history with you, with his friends and with you guiding it. And yeah, a statue for Filbert is there.
And then,
Filbert.
uh, and it's just just because we're here for so long. Can I say for my importance, just for funsies? Um, like part of me might walking around town looking for things and whatever. If I see something going on where I can influence it for the better, like, oh, so I made somebody lucky, or like just to try and like make good things happen without saying a word to people. Just just part of my being there just to enhance life forever on the whatever good rolls I'd have.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. We'll allow that to happen. So
Okay,
we'll say, like, on average, you'd probably have, like, what? Danny, you're better at this than me. The chances of having, like, a decently high portent roll to give someone good luck, like, throughout the courses of multiple weeks, it would add up
Oh yeah,
substantially.
there'll be some time in there for
So,
sure. I mean, you roll 2 a
yeah,
day, so yeah.
yeah. So, definitely, there are moments of just unforeseen, not fortitude, but, like, good luck for just events happening. And part of that might even been like winning the influence and allowing certain individuals to become leaders. Um, you know, restoring some element of uh structure and whatever. But yeah, and some things might be just super little. Like, you see some kids playing like a game of, kickball or something in the streets, just being kids, and you would just influence to allow this one kid that you noticed was getting picked on, or the little runt, and he just cracks the ball, But yeah, absolutely. Very well. Very well. I like that. Very cool. All right, who's next? I think we have Karos and Sej, really.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
I got scissors.
So did I.
Oh my god.
I'll go. That's fine.
Please do. Go ahead.
So yeah, pretty standard especially in the first week or so, searching for survivors, bodies, things like that, getting moving, being able to move a large object away with the mind powers would be useful for the really big, like,
Yeah, recovery
issues that would
efforts.
normally need some mechanical assistance. So try to reserve that and use just the muscle power for everything else. He would probably try, once it was kind of to the point where it's like, okay, it's not realistic that anybody that we're gonna pull out is still alive. So after the
Yeah.
first few days,
Mhm.
it'd still help out, but maybe kind of try to search around for any remnants of the. I know that the Adventurers Guild was kind of like routed or attacked or whatever before I showed up. But anybody who's like laying low or anything like that, just because either to find out what happened to maybe some of the people that initially came up with me,
Okay.
or
Yes.
if any new people came, just to kind of touch base with, I had a job coming up here, and so
Mhm.
to kind of either send word or stuff like that for any contacts that I could find across the city as things are going.
Yeah. Okay. I will say one point of contact that is very obvious to you, other than Seb, because you did know about the Adventures League, is Mort. Mort happens to be one of the individuals that you ran into while you guys are tasked with completely different things. He is a cleric of death that goes to places of conflict and strife to to have his services available. Um, that being said, you are able to sync up with him. You know his field of expertise. He knows your field of expertise, and tracking and your unique skill set. So you guys are not strangers to one another. So it's like it's not a buddy reunion, but it's like
Right.
respect. Yeah, like you guys know each other.
Professional
Yeah,
association.
yeah.
So
So
yeah, so I would then kind of reconvene with him of like, this is why we came. I guess technically, even though it wasn't originally the intent, we were able to leverage some aid for the town, some aid, kind of a toss-up of, we unfortunately didn't know enough about it to know, like, did we really do anything, or did we keep all 4,000 people from being harvested, or it from spreading even farther and farther, unfortunately, having a limited understanding of the scope of the things that went on, even though we survived and the creatures responsible are dead, like, was it really a victory kind of thing? So
Yeah.
uh
So I will say you do get the sense, and Mort and some of your allies will talk to you that your efforts were not in vain. Uh, you know, without, if anything, causing the ritual possibly to happen sooner than intended, made it weaker than it was, or not as efficient and effective. So yeah, absolutely, you get the sense that you guys still did good here. You guys still saved lives. You still managed to. It was essentially, it was not for naught. Like, your efforts were not in vain. Uh, but yeah, it definitely, there was so much in the background going on that you missed a lot. That, of course, this is not to sound terrible. Of course, you guys could have done more, but there was no way to know that. And you get reassured by your professional friends, your compatriots, your allies, all this, that you did what you could do. And you get reminded of that when you happen to see people in the streets of Green Hill working to rebuild. You see, you know, uh, that positive influence that comes from a place of just horrible destruction and horrible reaping, but people are still making it do. And you get the sense that community survives. So I hope that helped.
yeah. So kind of with that, he'd make sure to kind of fill in the timeline of uh coming up, who was still alive at the time that he was taken captive, things like that, names of companions that he was leading up here initially, mainly just to kind of tie up loose ends, so that anybody who might be injured or still wandering or still unknown, word can kind of go out so that friends and family of anybody who was involved in his initial expedition doesn't get forgotten. Uh, Sending word back to the the guild hall that actually hired him, that he's still there, and
Yeah,
get a full report and stuff.
I will say the one thing that's a little bit, this is a little bit of the hard part for you, is that that original group that you were with, it's just you.
Okay.
Like, mm, while they were not necessarily your friends, but they were people that you interacted with for maybe multiple weeks for some of them. As far as
Mhm.
you know, you are the sole survivor of this encounter.
Okay. Kind
But
of take that, internalize that. Yeah, though, I mean, as far as things to focus on in the town, he's just got. I think that he would just kind of continue to.
make it work. I get you.
Yeah, heavy
I know what
lifting
you want to
stuff.
say. Yeah. I,
Yeah, like, put your mind to work so that you don't think about all the
yeah.
awful stuff that just happened. Maybe if there's any people getting a little mouthy and like trying to
Mhm.
start a group to like you know how those malcontents can be. They get like every tragedy is a perfect opportunity kind of thing. Maybe there's some small rocks that fall on their heads or growls as he walks past, things like that.
You
Kind of,
definitely are able to scare people straight. That's easy enough for sure for someone like you.
yeah.
I get that. And especially like when you're doing, especially if like you, Davis, Ragnar, like the muscle group goes out and does it, then of course people quickly learn not to be shitheads when y'all are around. So,
Yeah,
dig it.
as things kind of get built or are when like the deconstruction is done and people are starting to try to work on figuring out how to rebuild, maybe use some of the cartographer's tools, go over and try to help them out, get a get a quick bird's eye view, and then
Yeah,
help out.
dig it.
Yeah, just little things. I got
Dig it, man.
psychic powers, and I'm good with maps.
Cool. All right. All right. I guess last but not least in this recovery, and it's sounding like you guys would have been here possibly for a month at this point, just with all the little interactions that everyone's wanting to do. So it would be a real chance to recoup and recover. However, not like a relaxing spa. But yeah. So Sej,
Hopefully, not to keep people too much longer. Uh, over a month. First order of business is I need to revisit the smoke shop. I forgot what it was called already.
put that in your pipe and smoke
Yeah, I want to see if they're doing okay, and ask them what the herbs that I bought do again because I totally forgot.
it. uh, I would
And
have
I'm bad
to.
at taking notes.
Yeah, I would have to look at my notes and see, but I will see if we have notes somewhere. If I don't, then I will have to dig it up for you. But I know, I remember one of them was a calming thing to kind of help you sleep. Another one was, I remember the calming sleep one. I can't remember anything else right now. And I should have done better notes as well. So we'll
Um,
figure that out.
I have the names and how, but hold on.
Oh, that
Let me
might
pull it
help.
up.
Is that to my tail back
It's
there?
Morning Glory and Starlight Kiss. Starlight Kiss was the expensive one.
Yeah. Starlight's Kiss was a sleep one, I think, if I remember right. It was like the one that really was stuff. I'll figure it out. I'll have to look it up. If anything, I might have to backtrack through some of the recordings and see. I am so sorry. I thought I took
It's
notes on it
okay.
too.
It's okay. I should have taken notes, and I thought I did, but turns out I wrote that I put it in my inventory how many charges and how much, and I didn't write down what they did.
Yeah, it's all, that happens. Don't worry. But cool. So yeah, but you are able to check on them. The Minotaur and the Goblin are doing well. Um, turns out that a lot of the remedies that they sell uh make for good business in times like this. To kind of help people relax and deal and cope. So
Towns in shambles, business thriving.
yeah. Anything else from Sej or
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, Al and Co. Everybody else that was overseeing the rebuilding of that Adventurers Guild or whatever it's called now. I want to be able to help rebuild it as well. More of like in a not a heavy lifting job. You know what I mean? But I want to put in my fair due to get the Adventurers Guild going again. But most importantly, and I think this is the only thing that's really important, is who are we trusting with leadership as of right now? That's kind of like pro bono, but Who was the guy?
Seems like it's kind of fallen into two individuals, Victor and Seb. I guess that's kind of what you guys have made it sound like. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
And our friends, like Grant and Marb,
Yeah, yeah. Grant,
if they
Marv,
want.
they're kind of, yeah, they're helping. Essentially, they're helping Seb. So Seb is still like the face. Uh, and he's doing like he's Seb is tasked with getting all the that sounds so bad saying is the capable individuals coordinated, and Victor is with like the populace, kind of two faces of control here. So
I'm going to assist Seb the most, trying to get him versed into being a leader, if you know what I mean. Helping him um, construct speeches or coach him on what it means,
okay,
because I've done a little bit of that, obviously. Kind of just help him out. And I also mentioned to the guys that I kind of want to help with the Adventurers Guild. I kind of want to put like a little side room. If there was like a tavern, if that's the Adventurers Guild, like a little side room could be like with like Seb's establishment or the Adventurers Guild itself. I want a little shoot. What was the word that I was? I have a word at the top of my head. I can't dig it back up.
you're doing like an auxiliary for your faith, or
Yeah,
what are you talking
embassy.
Not my faith. Kind of like an embassy, but not as big. I don't need like a whole building. I don't need stand-ins. But I want frick, it was right there.
It's okay, like a point of contact essentially. I know what you're trying to get at.
Kind of a little bit bigger than that.
A
Like
consulate?
yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Ooh,
Mm,
A little bit of a consulate with just like trusted people from Green Hill. I don't need to put my people here, especially because it's literally across the world.
mm-hmm.
Um, but Ushabti, the continent, is, and well, my city
Yeah.
specifically, which I also do not remember the name of. It's a bad day for my brain.
No, you're not
Um,
feeling well, so it's okay. See if I can
I,
find it in your notes.
I scoured my notes and read my whole backstory trying to find it, and I didn't find it, so it's not in there. If you find it, you're better than me.
Okay.
Um, hopefully, too, it's like a sprawling trade area. It's like brutal sands, but also like thriving trade. And I want to establish that, like, establish goodwill between our different continents and different peoples
Mm-hmm.
as a measure of building connections with my homeland
Mm-hmm.
and providing necessary materials for rebuild being shipped.
Understood.
Hopefully,
Yeah, I dig it. So,
I don't need to be too attached to Green Hill because that'll get a little messy.
no, I get that. So definitely, I think you guys will have a large influence in the recovery and, reestablishing some sort of order here in Green Hill. And the biggest impact that you guys will honestly have outside of the time is giving people figures that actually represent the hope, and that these figures are actually shoulder to shoulder with them, helping revive their damaged homes, their damaged city. Um, Essentially, everything you guys are wanting to accomplish is doable. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. However, certain things are difficult, and you can only leave with pieces established. However, some other things are occurring as well in Green Hill as it's coming back to life. Um, a large aspect of that is that you know this once was a place of neutrality when it came to faith. Neutrality when it came to what you are able to believe in and how you're able to believe. And that was lost for a while. But then that, you know, an effort is used to remove the mother's influence, and not in the saying that the mother bounty herself was bad, but just how it was twisted and used. Uh, and it takes some time for that realization to kick in with individuals, but it does start to kind of come back to some extent, uh, though guided and not running amok, I guess would be the right way to put it. However, you're starting to see those neutral locations reemerge as neutral locations. You're starting to see hope returning because you guys are there shoulder to shoulder with people, uh, and much more, much more. So, I guess I should ask, is there anything else that is of importance or pertinence to you guys right now?
Me and Al wish to do a small thing. Al first, though,
Sure,
before we completely move on, at least.
sure.
Thank you, thank you. I like a small interaction with Rock. Um, I'm imagining one night, at least like we've been here for like 10 plus days. Um, probably try and find Rock in his study in his tower. Um, and I'll just bring up to him like, "What the hey, how you doing? I've taught the sea shanty you have to the Green Hillians. I really like it. Really catchy. Helps us get through the day. Good stuff. Uh,
Would,
anyway,
would
oh,
when you say that, this is me out of character. Do you know Aquan?
it's mostly the melody where
No,
wa na 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 la 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 a little bit of that. I try to make my own words, but I feel like uh it's not my song, you know. So I keep this to myself.
I'll I'll tell you the words sometime. You know.
That'd be fantastic because I've heard your pronunciation.
Wait,
Uh,
wait till you hear it before you judge it. You might not like it.
that could be a secret between you and I,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I may have taught too many people at this point. But it's a really nice song. It's the point I'm trying to get, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I thank you. Like, from my village. So,
So
just to
yeah,
be
definitely. Regardless of the meaning it may have, thank you for sharing that, for teaching that to me.
thanks for just like jumping in and singing along. You got talent.
Thank you, thank you.
Remember when we weren't um whatever we are now? You had a band. I had butterflies to follow.
Simpler times for sure, but it is to an extent. It's nice to have a purpose. It's exhausting sometimes, but you know, these past few days especially, it's been nice being able to help people and have almost instant feedback of the smiles and the community. I feel like everything else we do, a lot of the other stuff we do has been very long term. Like it'll pay off eventually, and then once it's done, you're not sure if it really did. Simpler times for sure. Oh crap.
What's up on your mind?
Um, just if you're interested in the same idea, um, I know you've been studying a bit in your free time. Uh, I try to maybe every other night. I'm usually too tired to delve deep into studies, but if you're interested, I was wondering if I could trace the runes on your shell for more investigation, more studying. But if you want to just drop it, I can. If you're not comfortable, we can just not talk about this ever again. It's just between me and you.
Yeah, because they're different now. I'd like to see what they look like different. I'm okay with that.
Okay, okay. I'm sure my penmanship and my art skills may not be as good as you and Dave's, but I can if you don't mind, I'll draw what I think it looks like.
Sure.
Cool, cool.
Are you starting to draw now?
Uh, yeah, and I'll probably maintain conversation while doing it, just casual stuff.
Since I haven't used it and since you started to draw me, just for fun, I'm gonna turn us both into donkeys.
Is this illusory or is this?
Yeah.
It's illusory. I got seeming, so I'm just gonna make us both look like donkeys.
So the
I
thing with
thought
illusions, Al, don't worry. It's like the thing with illusions is like once you realize it's an illusion, you're able to see through it, right? So it makes it odd and awkward at times because you're like peering through an illusion to get the job done, but you're able to. It takes a while.
hooves. Hooves. Only my cousins have hooves. What the fuck? Oh, okay. It's magic. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
I can do this for the whole group sometime if we ever get out of here.
The whole group.
Yeah.
You're getting strong. Wow.
I was thinking if we ever have a donkey race again, we could all look like donkeys.
I'm on board. This. I like the shock value. I'm in. I'm in. Anything I can do to help, let me know.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
I gotta. I'm gonna try and think of spells that might help in the next Bray race. That sounds pretty fun. And I was just gonna like wander off. Like, what could we do there?
And I'll just be hanging out in Rock Sandcastle, where we find lost objects and heal small wounds and tell stories about sloths.
I dig it.
I will. I will say probably half of the small talk is like complimenting on the tower because Al's never seen. Like, I can do a tiny hut, but look at this. What is all? How? Just completely encompassed by that.
Yeah, I think your tiny, your hut, as you say, is a little more useful.
It's fast. It's comfy, but
This is a little more comfortable. Gives me
you
time
have
to
a
think.
you have a study. Like, that's like if you have a house, that's like the eighth room you would get. After all the essentials. This is luxury. This is good stuff.
I mean, I have a pond and a study. No kitchen, no bedroom, just a pond and a study.
I'll take it.
Feels more like home that way.
I'm having a good time.
If you're gonna get further your drawing, I'm gonna like work my way downstairs, and I'm just gonna sit down again and just start soaking, and you can draw me as I have a bath.
Fantastic. Why not?
I'm good at all when I say it that way,
um,
but you know,
mm, since Owl's magics are limited, he would draw it twice and let Rock have the better copy. Probably the second one, and then if we're gonna fast play, I would study it for a few days first, and
Okay.
then eventually bring it up to Dragnar if I do discover anything about it, and I probably touch base with Rock every now and then. But if
About
it's what
his,
this is,
like, I get to wait. What were you setting? His shell? His drawings? Wait, I missed something. Sorry.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
The runes on its shell,
Yeah.
to see if we can figure out an origin or something.
Sure. That'll actually we can do some immediate rolls on that part. So, come on, Pumpun. Let's go. Come on. Sorry, Pumpun's being a little bit of an energy plug. A few things. Definitely working together. On the immediate, y'all can both roll me Arcana checks. Uh, just both of you roll me some. Or let's do Arcana checks first, and then we'll see what comes from it.
I did not roll well, so 16 total.
Can I use my lucky for this?
Yeah, of
A
course.
lucky.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. I'll take that one.
So what do we have? A 16 total and a 19 total?
Yeah, I have a 19.
Okay. So it coming to understand and what it is. This is and you're missing some of the pieces now because like seemingly some of the magic from his shell was the magic from the shell is not the right way to put it, but some of the magic was stripped away. However, it is a complex kind of how do I want to say like a lattice work of spells that have kind of come together to make something more. This is 19, 19, 19, 19. Let me look at one thing because I didn't expect you to roll that high. Spells, D&D Beyond. You might not get much out of it unless if CJ is able to give you some more information. No, you cracked this DC. All right, Al, I might actually have to drop you down for this one because this is
Ah,
depending on how you want to share it.
share it.
Looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you, and I'll drop Davis down as well. Hi.
All right.
Hello.
How long's he got to live?
No, it's not that. So,
Whew.
um, it's only because you've heard him be called a vessel. Um, Rock? I don't know if he shared some of the flashback images that he had, where it was like not his hands, but they're his hands, like butchering people, and
He did
him
show
up.
that. That was like a long time ago, right?
Yep, a long time ago. Yep.
We're calling him Simon because of it, I think. Okay.
So the magic that you're looking at, the core of it is from a necromancy spell. And again, not necromancy like raise the dead necromancy, life force type of spell. Uh, you don't understand it, but it's called clone, and it is essentially the ability to make a safeguard against death. However, this is not just your standard clone spell because there's a lot of extra layers and detail added to it. Essentially, I you get the feeling, you get the hunch. I don't know how you want to put it, that this might not be the first version of Rock.
Okay, that's where sharing gets a little weird. Okay. But these did appear after sometime after the maze incident, right?
You get
We,
you get the sense that so that they only appeared because the magic made them manifest. Like they've always been a part of him. They were just,
oh, fuck me.
yeah, he's always been not the original. He just doesn't know that.
Damn, I didn't take you seriously when you said if you want to share or not. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's not the original.
Um, I guess character knowledge. I definitely can't ask if he knows any hint of that.
No,
Uh,
he has no idea. There are safeguards put in place, so he has no idea.
what is his backstory? Oh God. Okay. The I can say the runes always existed, but only showed
The maze made them reveal themselves.
only
Like
appeared.
him and the runes are one and the same, basically.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what to do about this one. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I know. I know. You're not supposed to know what to do with it. I will say a key thing, and maybe like I guess me being a little bit more bearing just because I want to help like the story move along. in a way. A key element of it is that when he was talking about the vision, that he had the hands of someone else.
Said they
And the
felt
fact
like
that,
they were
well,
his, right?
yeah, so the fact that he had like human hands or whatever doing that, and the fact that he was in a room where things were being butchered and put apart, and you're looking at the spell, and this is me giving you a little bit too much, but I don't mind for the sake of story. It's not a true clone spell. This is like someone experimenting with getting a better body, and this is why he was referred to as a vessel by that thing. Because this is not an original clone. Like the person did not make a clone of themselves in the sense of like I am making myself a like if you Corbin were to clone yourself, you would make a clone of Corbin. This person made a clone of Corbin as a portal, or Corbin as potentially a dragonborn, or Corbin as a elf trying to get a better body.
So it's not necessarily somebody else's body that he's moving into. It is a new body altogether,
Manufactured body, yes.
manufactured body.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So he was created by magic.
Oh,
But there's probably some other elements that you don't understand. There's a lot of elements that you don't understand and details. So just, but that's what the shell tells you. So this is like a complex fucking weave of magic on a shell that it's where the magic, that's where the anchor point for the magic was derived on this body. So like example, not saying it's true, but let's say he was a minotaur. It might be that his horns were the glyphs were. Or if he was a tiefling, maybe it was on his tail or something like that, right?
gotcha. Just okay. Whatever the body is, it'll adapt. Okay.
Yeah, and that the literally the thing that I rolled on the maze can or for the thing was a physical secret is revealed.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
this 0 to do, the maze just revealed it. That's all it did. Holy shit.
Yep.
Sorry, a physical secret is revealed.
Yep.
Ooh. I need to lay down
Yep.
after this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. I'm ready to go up, but probably gonna be.
Yeah,
Oh
so I
shit.
guess the
What do I do
immediate
with
thing
this?
is like you get that it's a derivative of a powerful energy bending or life force spell, right? Typically known. I don't know how much you want to share with him, but that's like the most fundamental understanding of this. But there's a lot more added to it,
Mhm.
right?
Currently thinking of disclosing the necromancer part, and then would there be an opposed role I could try for? It's not even. I wouldn't be deceiving him. I'd just be withholding information. So I guess
Could be
not.
deceiving. It would still be deceiving.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just
Could
make
I?
him. I would just make him. You could do a hidden roll. I would just make him do an insight check against you. I
Okay.
wouldn't tell him
Can
what.
I? Can I do that right now?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what you roll.
Geez, I have a plus 13. This is dumb.
Yeah,
17 total.
17
I'll
total.
write that on my notes.
Okay, I'll remember that because you're gonna be actively deceiving him essentially.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Ready?
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
He was taking. Sorry. All right, we're back.
hello.
Hello.
Well,
Good to be back.
Um, since we had a little bit of a break here, I gotta go.
You gotta run.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. I hung out as long
Oh
as I
yeah.
could. But I'm
Yeah,
on day 6 of 10 again. So.
gotcha.
Right.
Well,
Jeez.
we won't be much too longer. I think on this section we might do some Q&A or something.
Okay. Bye.
Bodies. Thank you for holding out, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Have fun. Catch
Later.
you
All
next
right,
week.
later,
Thanks.
buddy.
good night.
Have a good weekend.
Happy 2 year because you're one of the originals.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Cool. All right. Well,
Y'all want to hear
that'll
about?
give.
Y'all want to hear about rock? No. No.
I mean, we'll just let you pick up with that. That'll give you some time to digest and how to you want to
I needed
disclose.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Cool. All right. So is there anything else in the recovery of Green Hell? I think someone else had something they wanted to do.
Sesh and
Yeah,
Ragnar.
I wanted to
Come on, Pom-Pom, go ahead.
try something. And it's okay if it doesn't work. I'll keep trying. Before it got too crazy, I mentioned that I wanted to try to get in contact with my brother at some point, or try to, but I didn't really have the ability to at the time. But now I'm much stronger because
Yeah.
Green Hill was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do not. I have yet to find the necessary things for scrying, and I
Yes.
doubt I'll find it in Green Hill. But can I try my newly found prayers within divine intervention to maybe give it a try through my benevolent God?
Yeah. But what would you be asking, Surya?
I want to ask that I could glimpse to see how he's doing, where he's at, if he's okay, if not, a quick conversation with him. But I doubt that it'll get that far. But I just want to know that he's not in a ditch anywhere.
Gotcha. So yeah, go ahead and roll that percentile. So I think you're level 10. You need to roll a 10 or lower on a D100.
Oh, so close.
Ooh, not bad,
What you
but
get?
17.
17.
17.
That's not bad. Nah, unfortunately, I know we could metagame this and have you roll one every single day, right?
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I know. So, thank you for being a sport about that. I will say because of the amount of times you're going to be able to do some sort of effort, while you're never able to get um, that full vision, that full confirmation, even possibly getting to chat with your brother. You do in the mornings when you greet the sun and there's warmth. Part of you knows that he's there, that he is still breathing, that he is basking in the sun as well. Um, so you can take that, but obviously it's only your faith that's letting you know that or feel that.
Surya's reassurance, that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. No actual
Man, I'd
like.
still love to scry still. The Sedge is really thinking that, honestly. But really love to see him at any rate, see what he's doing.
And
But for
it's a
now,
good.
this is more than enough.
Yeah, it's like a personal little quest of yours. Get the right component that you need.
Not in a hurry, but it is,
Oh,
yeah.
I get you.
Other than that,
Cool.
I'm good to go.
All right. So, Menagerie.
Adam, sorry, I had one quick thing or
Yeah,
two quick
absolutely.
things.
Yeah.
One, because of the vision I had, I will send a letter to Jitas, the leader of the monastery,
Okay.
just to make sure everything is all right.
Okay.
And two, I'm assuming the way I can communicate with my master is by using the shadows to portray a message, and then he can, whenever he's ready, he'll look it up.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So, on one of the nights, I would have done a check to see if there's any new orders, and then the same night I would have sent the message or the basically the sit rep, the report of what happened here in Green Hill to him.
So you're able to send the report. That's not an issue. Hard for them to believe at times, but then as they don't they do trust you. You have been selected for this task, so they believe you. It's much more than they were expecting, actually. However, there are no new orders. It's quiet. Other than, like, they don't have anything new for you. Just you're in the place you need to be. Continue your work, basically.
Okay, cool.
So, cool. And then, as far as since you're going to have, at least a month to conjure, certain herbs and materials and stuff like that. We'll have to work and figure out like what potions or what salves or whatever is on your mind, Dragmar, and we'll get that figured out and sorted throughout the week or whatnot. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to take up
Yeah.
game time now.
Yeah. So, I think we can say with some degree of confidence that obviously you guys will not be able to account for everything. There are going to be factors at play outside of y'all's control, as you are just a group, however, a powerful group of adventurers. But of course, there are individuals, groups that have their own agendas and will and motives, and some of them are more patient than others. But Greenhill, or Greenhill, is in the process of rebuilding. Seb and Victor, thanks to y'all's efforts, are leading the way. Victor is the agreed upon new mayor. Seb continues his role as leader of the Adventurers League, but also basically second in command in this town of greatly reduced populace. The city is scrubbed clean over time with its, of fanaticism and single-mindedness. The open practice to all the different beliefs and deities is welcome. At some point, some people actually do establish a marking to Surya as thanks for Sedge's efforts. The sandcastle, while not permanent, has inspired individuals to put up a new form of architecture, learning, and there's essentially like castles of some sort made from the various riverbed things. Sedge, your boat, you're able to collect it. I forgot. You have your boat back.
Yes.
Yes. Uh, but interestingly enough, the geography is forever changed here. Uh, there are parts that cannot be rebuilt because there is not land there. The River Sly has basically become like a centralized. There's basically now essentially two cities or two fractures of a city separated by a river that now you can use ferries to get across to. Now, there's essentially the south part and the north part of Greenhill. However, it is still at this time, one unified group. The influence of the Red Crazies is completely gone. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else super pertinent. Obviously, I will be forgetting things. But Greenhill is on the path of recovery. Very little intervention from the Sovereign of Exchange up in Whitlaw. You still have all your allies. You have Julian and Rex
Cargo man.
available to you.
Billy,
Yeah.
did Billy make it?
You know what? I will give you the satisfaction.
No, Billy deserves.
In our hearts, he's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Billy is alive. Very well.
Don't
He
worry, he'll
deserves
live
to
on
live.
forever.
That's I have a
So,
feel, I know CJ's not here now, but I have a feeling that's a prank that Rock could pull. Is literally make us all exactly look like Billy.
yep, certainly could. So, with the weeks and onto a month passing, it is getting to the point where that itch, that drive for adventure, that drive for answers of what's going on around, well, Kled, Rune, Materia, all that is, a siren's call that none of y'all can resist to venture forward, to continue helping and, uh, yeah, making a name for yourselves. I will say that, especially in this localized area, you guys are known. Like, the influence and the tale that, you guys have created, and especially helped spun by your bard here, Al. Uh, the menagerie will forever be associated with Greenham. So keep that in mind.
Nice. I like it.
And I don't know what else we feel like doing, but I am more than happy to hear what you guys want to go next. And then also, uh, possibly do that, like, I don't know, if you guys have any Q&A kind of questions, concerns, thoughts of like, what did we miss? What was the plan? Because you guys have essentially closed out probably the most complex chapter you will ever run into in maybe any
Yeah. No, any D&D
D&D
game period.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
This
8
is,
levels of
Like
campaign.
I was just posting in the Menagerie channel, like, hey, let's look back at Monsters 13. Oh, look, all of this shit happened.
yeah.
We became no less than gods in Green Hill.
I
Nice.
mean, yeah. I mean, there's definitely this huge association with you guys, like this greatness, right? They're going to.
We're gonna be stat squished. I'm
Like
calling it now.
the frickin' stupid bravado that Davis wanted to like walked into town with, like, is actually kind of becoming true.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
And
you know about
maybe,
us, surely we're amazing, haha. And now it's like, oh no, they know about us. Fuck, like, yeah.
yeah, and
Fake it
maybe
till you
you
make
don't.
it. Now what do we do?
Yeah, and maybe you don't actually like that. I don't know.
No,
I don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
you.
It seems a little almost the gauche at this point.
Yeah. So, but yeah, good job, guys. I will say, like, the one thing that, like, Kyle said as Karos is like, did we do enough? Did we? Yeah, there was absolutely a chance that no one would have survived. So of course you did enough. You saved people. Um,
Fantasy 0. Oh yeah.
yeah. So I don't know if we want to stop the recording, take a little break. I don't know if you guys want to sit through like asking me some questions or whatnot, because I'm actually kind of curious to see what you guys thought. Like, was there something completely unexpected? Was there things you didn't enjoy? Because this was an opportunity now for us to critique the group, critique the DM, and move forward. Because I know on the record, I believe like Davis obviously is very interested in venturing towards Carver,
Yep.
Mhm.
but I don't know what else like people have. I know that certain people want to break the sovereign's nose and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
But we can do that on the way to Carver.
yeah,
Opposite direction, but yeah.
We can do that on the way to Carver.
I mean, so it's not completely opposite. I'm not gonna pull up the map. Well, yeah, 'cause like
Kind of the opposite.
it's
I love it. He's
it's
like,
you get
fuck
to
the geography.
And
Volpine,
I'll
then we
make it
keep
up.
going instead of.
you get to Volpine, and then you instead of going along, taking the North Mason,
Yeah, we go
right, to get to
west.
Whitlaw, it's northwestish.
Huh.
But I think some people wanted to go to a big city anyway, like Rock wants to buy some spells and stuff like that. So it'd give us a chance to hit a big city merchant.
Possibly. So, but yeah, no, I'm saying I know.
Um, as I'm like happy to find my boat, how the hell am I gonna bring it with us? It came from a patch. That's a big boat.
I would say there's
I'm not
probably
carrying that shit
somebody.
with me if there's
There's
no water.
probably many people who lost boats that could use a new boat.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Just saying.
Hey,
I could
I
just
said
feed it
you
to the
found the
bag of
boat.
devouring.
You don't want anyone to have it. It's like, here, enjoy. A crunch, a crunch.
No,
Uh,
I'm definitely gonna give it to like one of the like fisher people that we stole their boat or something, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that actually happened, but I remember that.
We
If
were
yeah.
that
given one.
actually happened, I would want to give it back.
I don't
But I
remember y'all
wouldn't. I
Somebody
would.
stealing,
donated
I
one.
would do.
but I remember donations. Yeah, that's what I
Is
Oh,
remember.
it
okay.
Barchester's fishing hut? Does that still exist? Whoever the owner of Barchester is, I guess. No, give it to the dog. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So
He deserves it.
that does remind me of one thing I need to go. So before the menagerie, let's say I hope the menagerie will leave north along the South Mason, heading towards Volpine to decide where they're going. That's fair, I think, right?
Bob Marley.
Seems to.
That's
Oh yeah, Rock's gonna just chill with Bob Marley and retire.
Damn it.
yeah. I mean, maybe.
I'm
Uh,
assuming. I think no need to like put it in actual dialogue because we could all headcanon it. But I'm assuming that since we are fresh met in Green Hill, I'd ask to come along anyway.
yeah. So let me
Oh
I have
yeah,
a
sure.
feeling that Surya wants me to
Denied.
come
Yeah.
along.
let's just delete all this extra stuff on the screen that we don't need. So yeah, essentially y'all would be heading this way. Did I move y'all to the
Not yet.
screen?
We're still on
No,
the
You
floating.
and your damn boat stay in Green Hill.
there you go.
The menagerie is known for being all humans. You have to be human to be invited in. Get out of
Oh,
here.
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh, hold on a second.
So, yeah, essentially you guys would take the North Mason, and then y'all would like 4 days, 5 days later,
Oh, this map.
get down here. Yeah, the original, the
I
OG.
remember.
Oh no.
So
This
Oh,
is
Whitlaw,
oh, Carver's a lot closer than I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean it's still a couple days journey, I think, but
yeah, it's a couple days, but so like Whitlaw and Carver are both about 2 to 3 days with proper travel, right? I think I'd have to. Let me see.
I thought
Maybe I have.
Whitlaw was closer to like a week. Carver was like 2 to 3, 4
Yeah.
days.
Well, one sec.
Mhm.
Can
Materia
we
distances.
conscript some like I don't know an Uber
Oh wait, no, actually here,
caravan or something?
no here
Everybody
I
got a
got.
cauldron.
So, assuming standard normal travel, uh, 8 hours a day, um, of travel, right? Whitlaw is 36 hours away, so 4.5 days. Carver is 48 hours away, 6 days.
But is
Right,
that
okay.
on foot or horse?
That's it. Assuming normal pace of travel, which is 24 miles a day. So that's usually when you're traveling by horse, it's not faster.
Yeah.
It's assumed that same kind of. You're not racing the horse. You're pulling a cart. And
Have
you're
you met this group?
no horse
He said
would
normal travel,
survive.
not menagerie
Yeah,
travel.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is our normal travel.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. You get it. So like obviously, if y'all are taking advantage of the braes and stuff
So
like
Carver's
that,
actually
you get stuff.
farther?
Yeah.
Okay, the scale's just a little weird on this then. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
because of the carving, the curving. Well, forgive me, but yeah,
That's fine.
according to my notes, from Volpine to Whitlaw, and it might also just be because it's a better road as well. So keep that
True.
in mind.
mm.
I have it as 36 hours. From Volpine to Green Hill was 48 hours, and then from Volpine to Carver is 48 hours. So it's about a week's travel each way. 6 days. So it takes you 6 days to get from Green Hill to Volpine. It takes you another 6 days to get from Volpine to Carver. So you guys have some more traveling, but we'll say, we can fast travel at the start of the next session, which we might take off. Who knows? If the Astros are playing and we're missing enough people,
They
we'll
are.
consider
And
that.
there is a game on Friday.
Yeah, I understand. So, but no, for now, we'll go with the assumption of you guys are leaving north out of Green Hill, leaving Marb, Grant, Mort, Seb, Victor, Hava,
Jade?
Jarcy,
Jade?
Jade, Wiggs, Grung.
Why can't we
Uh,
bring Jarcy with us? He's in a jar.
Easy travel.
Because, I mean, you can. I think you left him with Grant so that he can work with
did.
Mort to have a connection.
I'm
Right.
almost positive that's what we did.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Opinion.
sure that. I think that's what it was because it was
Yeah, we did.
yeah.
That randomly just reminded me that I bought Rocker like priest thumb in a jar.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have a
It's like a
saint
Totally
thumb.
forgot
thumb.
about that.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
have a good
pickled
luck
thumb.
charm. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I mean, you bought it. I was like, sure, if that's what you want, sure.
Good salesman.
If that's really what you want, you can have it. I ain't gonna take that away from you. I'm not a dick.
Just for roleplay's sake, do you know what time of year it would be and where the sun would be setting?
Okay,
It's okay if
so
not.
It sets
No.
on the horizon.
we're good.
Oh,
Okay,
And it
True.
rises on the
So
other
we're here.
horizon.
we are here. Let's zoom out. So, all right, the whole thing. I haven't updated this. This probably would have been right around here. Would have been harvest time, and we're gonna jump to my calendar.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, I have a calendar to track shit.
No.
Okay.
The little note that I made down here.
Oh, what note did you make? I don't even know.
Look on the 27th of the month and what the day is called.
Oh.
It's called
This is
Fireball,
one
so
of
that's when
started
Rock
casting.
starts back down. That's when he
Oh,
starts
yeah.
preparing hurting spells again.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
So,
it's happened. The day has come.
yeah. So, shoot. I used to know the calendar in my mind, but I haven't had to look at it. I forgot it. Where are my gods?
Up top.
D&D.
I'm right here.
Well, also up top. Well,
I was
that's the
waiting for it.
months, but
But no, I want. Oh, that's the order. Sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had it. So we're gonna go. Fate High. So we'll say 21st plus some change. We'll roll it around to a. It is because we can be loosey goosey. We'll say it. You guys are leaving on the 27th. That sounds fair. Yeah.
a comet is appearing tomorrow.
Yeah. Potentially. So yeah,
Fine.
I will. Let me flip this. How do I get on the other side? This? No. Cancel. I forgot how to do this. Okay. Choose a side. So you are essentially in winter. Like, no, sorry. Other hemisphere. Your summer. Because this is like this. There's 11 months in the year, right? There's still 363 days. So roughly the same, day span that we have. And you guys are in the equivalent of our November, December time frame, kind of.
But in the southern hemisphere, so it's like our May, June.
Yeah, something like that. It is nice and a toasty.
So the toilet flushes the other way. Got it.
Yep.
Whoa.
Let me put you guys back on the 27th. Boop, there you go.
Did we ever
There
learn
you go.
about the sewage system in Green Hill?
Angie
Yeah,
immediately
cat.
just clambers into the Discord.
Yeah. We're
guys,
just
guys.
What?
Angie has joined the
I'm
channel.
finally
What?
get the answers.
Answers. Um. So yeah, it would be warm for sure. I should actually so like, what day would this be? If this was, if I should like have like an actual breakdown, so I can give you like this is exactly equal to this. Because if it was 363, so we
It'd be
move
November 23rd, I think.
something
Or wait,
like
so
that.
November 21st. Because it's 39
Your
days
move.
from the end of our year.
Yeah.
which would take it back to
It's the end of November is what I was
yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Basically,
It's
right?
like Thanksgiving time.
Yeah. But on the other side of the world.
Right.
Okay. Anything that I forgot? Because I have one piece of role play before you guys actually leave. Cool. All right. So your friend Julian,
Cargo man.
cargo man.
Shh.
Yeah. You don't want people to know that. Okay. The last evening that y'all are there, 'cause he gets wind that you guys are leaving, and he wants to, you have become friends with him. He perhaps had a little bit more to drink than needed, but he doesn't become obnoxious or anything. His true, his true Julian kind of reveals himself, and he will drop the the way that he's been speaking to y'all, and he'll get more of that island, that the typical Caribbean island, twang. Which right now I don't want to even try to do it because it will offend people. And he'll be talking like a man and stuff like that. That's the way of talking.
Where you going?
Eh,
Where you going, go, man?
Yeah, basically he'll but it'll be this sudden, this kind of, you guys are kind of having a rowdy laugh around his, table with his couple of his people, with Rex and all that. And then they'll kind of get to a more stern, serious kind of persona. And then, it's out of nowhere, that voice. I knew you would be interesting the moment I laid eyes on this group. And that's the wrong accent, but what am I going to do it? I'm too tired to do accents. Um, but yeah, in that island twang is, I knew giving you a ride on the river was the right idea because there was something more to the lot of you. Something that, well, you're meant for adventure. I used to be meant for adventure before, life got interesting. So, take care of yourself. May the wind be at your back. And if, you ever need the assistance of a salty dog, I'll be going up and down the sly. You'll be able to find me. I have a reckoning that's a very interesting story has only just begun. And then essentially he'll let you in on a little bit of a secret that there are more of his kin, uh, essentially those. He will discuss to it that he is, by some means, not allowed to return to the sea due to a pact that went wrong, and that he is forever riverbound, and that he knew that maybe someday y'all will be the answer to his prayers. That's about it. You don't know how much of it is serious, how much of it's drunken talk, but he seemed to be
Did
pretty
you say
serious
we would
about
be
it.
the answer to his prayers, or the other way around?
You will be the answer to his prayers.
I gotcha.
Okay. And now, just for the sake of it, because this was like the little thing that I was wondering about. Dreadnought.
Yes.
Okay. On the days following your departure from Green Hill, with the group heading north on the way to Volpine. Um, there is a gash, an injury that you had sustained while, in that last confrontation that you were hoping, would take care of itself and reveal, it started to heal and started to get small, but there was basically a little portion on, on the deep side, like the lower portion of your chest, that just refuses to seal, refuses to heal fully. And it still has not healed completely. We'll figure it out, hopefully. So, is that it? Anyone got anything they want to add before we take a little break? Possibly just call it.
Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Scars are cool.
Uh-oh.
Is there a
Can
scarf?
we
It
pull?
never heals.
Good point.
Can we pull back to the map now?
Yeah. Do you want this one?
Yes. Are
Okay.
we already on our way to Carver? I can't remember
So
exactly where
Volpine.
we're at.
So you are basically like down beyond the map down here. It'll
Okay.
take you guys. I mean, actually, no. I'm gonna leave the swine fields. I like the swine fields on there. Um, it'll take you about 6 days of travel to get from Green Hill to Volpine, and it is very likely that when we pick up, y'all will be entering Volpine, or unless if there's something else you guys wanted to do on the road.
And while on the road, somewhat ask like exactly where we're going. We're going to Carver and then Whitlaw.
I think that's for you guys to decide.
It is for us to decide.
Right now, you're going to the fork. Basically, you're going to the fork where the Mason Fair Byway, which is the marvel of, I guess, masonship on all of the continent of Rune. It's a singular, paved, cobbled, however you want to look at it. It's a man-made road that stretches from east to west all the way across the continent. However, in this place, it forks to go around the many hills, and then
So Adam, I don't know if you remember, we'd been working on like a bit of a larger map, and you kind of gave me
yeah.
a little bit of creative liberty. I sent you at least as much as I had done, but it does have at least
Oh yeah.
at least has all the stuff on there, and I think the scale is a little closer. I
I
don't know if
think that's
that's so. I don't know if that's
yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, do if you want to just pop it up on the stream, you can.
I put it on the stream, but yeah, then I don't know if not everybody's watching the stream.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, go ahead and share it in the channel then. That's
Okay.
good. We'll have to build it out more, but that's actually a lot more to scale.
Okay.
I forgot. Yeah, I remember doing this now. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. I still have the source, so I can. Here,
Minute.
I'll do that, and then I'll also put it on the stream just because.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Cool. Forgot about this. So this is once you guys have the chance to open. I don't know if the actual mile ticker at the bottom is correct. Maybe it is. I don't
I think it was, or at least pretty
think it
close.
was. Yeah. So if you guys have the chance to open the CLED 2 document that Danny shared, so y'all were down in Green Hill.
Yeah, it's not everything. Not everything's perfect, but it's got the
No,
general
much
features.
more. Yeah. So
That
like that
makes
hot,
that's cool. Yeah.
yeah, that highly dense area of greenery all the way to the west. That's somewhere where the deep root marshes are. All those little bumps is the hills, and the hills are the reason why the Mason Fair actually has to split because it became too difficult to traverse, so they went around the section of hills. The forest and the mountains to the that's the the high pine forest and the foxwoods. And then just portions north that y'all have not explored. Whitlaw, Low Pine, Green Hill, Carver. So there you go. Yep, it's more accurate.
So I do have a question for you, Adam. In my travels is with the merchants, had I ever been to Carver or no?
Yes, you would have traveled through it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that being said, I guess so you guys can think on it. Let me find it real quick. Carver. So Dregnar, something that you would know about Carver. So Carver has a storied history in that 500 some years ago, right? The discovery of precious gems, most notably diamonds and other minerals, were found by the miners in what is known as the Snoring Mountain. It's a singular large mountain that dominates the skyscape around there. Um, the quality of the gems were awe-inspiring and difficult to ignore, according to the tales from different merchants that you've collected. And when the word got out about the discovery, Carver very quickly, even during the whole times of like the Black War raging across, became this beacon for eager folk to come and take shovel and pick and plunder riches from the earth. Uh, Carver experienced this rapid boom where it was this little teeny tiny trading post, was a little rest stop along the Mason Fair, and very quickly and rapidly expanded to like a hub for different mining guilds that competed against each other, independent individuals that were seeking to amass fortunes, and merchants seemingly trying to take advantage of all the opportune trade. For hundreds of years, this would go on. But then, of course, the greed and the digging would dry up the veins, and they become less and less precious, and the mountain began to become ravaged by the greed, and the hunger of the greedy didn't were like unwilling to accept the signs of this, decline in wealth. The gold rush kind of came to an end. Carver's splendor would begin to fade, and over the next few hundred years, it went from, this booming mining output like city to back to kind of like this refuse kind of layaway place with abandoned buildings. There are people still living there. There are people still working the mine there. However, there are entrepreneurs using the the caves and the dugout places to harvest the actual earth and dirt, as it proves to be very rich in nutrients and stuff like that for harvesting or for plant life and all that. That's what you would know about harvest history just from your interactions with different merchants and trade guilds and stuff like that.
So I basically despise them all because I can't stand wealth. Got it.
The ones that are there, yeah. So like, there are those people that are just there making a living, right? But yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure everyone knows this.
Okay. I can share the write up then at some point. Cool. All right. So it's 12:30. I guess we can go ahead and call the session. If those of you that want to hang around, feel free. We could take a little break, and I will be open to recording and just answering questions or anything like that. If you guys have any thoughts.